All right. Hey, welcome, you guys. My name's John O'Neill. I'm here on the line to talk to you about real estate investing and running your business. That is what we do here at Renatus. That's how we help people create financial freedom. And that's what this slide is here in front of you. I'm with Team Elevate. I'm based here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm excited to share with you a quick 15 minutes of information to let you know who we are, what we do, what we're about, and invite you to learn more about us. So, my name's John O'Neill. Like I said, my background is as a construction worker. And so, why am I here on a webinar talking to you right now? It's because it's all about real estate. And I used to build it, but now I buy it. I show other people how to do it. And I want to introduce you to the system that I learned that has helped me make close to $400,000 in the last 2 years, flip 6 houses with an average net profit of almost 60,000 using none of my own money. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So you are on the right webinar. Hang tight with me and let's get into it. So, how do you create financial freedom? That's a good question. That's what we're all about here at Renatus, and that's what we're going to talk about. So let's get into it. So we have here within Renatus a question. First question I love to ask people is, why are you here? Right? I can tell you a couple things about yourself right now. I can tell you that somebody invited you here, and that's important. There's a real person on the other end of this that's saying, hey, I've learned some information, it's changed my life. I've learned to build wealth through running my own business and investing. Come and learn how to do it and check it out. And that's what I've done, and that's why I'm here. I'm here because I developed a why bigger than the what. The what and the how in my life used to be what I did for money was I swung a hammer for a living. And it paid me a wage, and I had to work an hour to get paid for an hour. I had to work hard for my money rather than having my money work for me, which is what the wealthy do, right? Maybe you can relate to that. You're trading time for dollars right now, and you're looking at how do I get ahead? How do I move forward? And maybe that's why you're here. Maybe you're here because somebody reached out to you and said, hey, come and learn how to make an income, run your own business from home, and do the things you love, like I do it. And that's great too. One thing I can tell you about yourself, and I guarantee this for a fact right now, is whether you know it or not, you're investing in real estate. And it might not be real estate that you own, but I would love to show you some very simple things to teach you how you can begin to own real estate, get on the other side of that, because we're all familiar with it. We all know it. We all lived in it our whole life. And that is where wealth is built. That's why we focus on that here at Renatus, and that's why you're here today to learn that. So maybe you're just starting out, right? Maybe you just came in and you did what most of us did. You went to school, you got a good job, you got good grades. Then you went to a better school, college, then to got a good job. And now that you've got that job, you're looking at like, wow, I'm in my 20s. I'm making like the average 20-year-old less than $32,000 a year as a college graduate. I'm still working in Starbucks like I paid my way through college, and my job doesn't look very secure. Okay, you're just starting out. You're in your 20s. Maybe you're like me and you're restarting. A little bit about my story. I am a real person. I live here in Salt Lake City. I used to live in Hawaii. That was my dream. It's what I wanted to do with my life. I took my family there. You know, I moved there when I was 19 and began raising my family on the Big Island of Hawaii. I lived there for 7.5 years, and I started raising my kids. I had a job, and then I bought a job by starting my own general contracting company. Some of you guys can relate to that, right? You're like, oh yeah, I know what you mean by buying a job. Instead of working 40 hours a week, you're working 90 hours a week. And that was me. 2007, I was building custom homes. I was doing very custom work. I was trading my time for dollars. I was working hard and saving money and working hard and saving money. And it wasn't getting me anywhere. And then this happened, and it's unfortunate. This happens in some of our lives. We have things we have to overcome. And in my personal life, um, my wife and I were married. We had our daughter, and then our son was born. Fantastic little boy. And when he was about a year old, he started getting really sick. We couldn't figure out what was going on. And come to find out, our little 1 year old baby boy, Josiah, had cancer. And that was incredibly difficult for us as a family. We had to overcome a lot of things. We did overcome them. Josiah's 7 years old now. He's doing fantastic. But when we found out he had cancer, I took the time that I was normally on the job site, trading my time for dollars, and I was in the hospital with my son, just like you would be, just like any of us would be. And I couldn't trade my time for dollars anymore. So our savings dwindled very quickly. And we had a decision to make as a family. We made that decision. We moved back to Utah, And we lived in my sister-in-law's basement. We had 8 suitcases to our name, November 2010. This is not a long time ago. And we were broke, and we were broke in, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. It was a very difficult time for us. I was living in my sister-in-law's basement. We were at the hospital quite a lot. Josiah overcame cancer. He's my hero. He's taught me so much about overcoming in life. And we had to rebuild as a family financially. I left high school early, so I didn't have a degree to fall back on. And I looked around. This is 2011 in Utah. There wasn't much out there. I was getting paid 12 bucks an hour to do what I do. So I went back to roofing for a living. So for those of you guys that feel like you're not getting anywhere in life, that's exactly how I felt. And I looked at what were my options. I was 27 years old. I had a wife and 2 kids and a baby on the way. I was a high school dropout with no college degree, and my options were about my skills were worth about $12 to $15 an hour. So I said, do I go back to college and spend $80,000 in 4 years and make my wife go to work? That wasn't an option. So I roofed through the winter as I looked at the market and realized I could buy a house for less than I could build one for. And I figured out I just got to figure out how to buy one. So I stumbled my way through my first deal. I still live in that house today. And I restarted my life by doing real estate. I bought a house, the worst house in the best neighborhood, and it was a short sale. I bought it for $47 a square foot. It's now worth over $138 a square foot. And I roofed it, fixed it up, and it had 100,000 in equity in about 6 months. That one decision I made one time changed my life, gave us some financial security, and it really allowed me to look at how do I learn real estate. So I had to restart. That's what I did. I restarted in 2011, and I did it in real estate. So you might be at a place in your life right now where you're like, my job is not working out. I don't have security. You might be at a place where you're looking at securing retirement and saying, I'm going to work the rest of my life. There is not job security out there anymore, you guys. I hate to bust your bubble, but it just doesn't exist. If you're depending on Social Security and you're anywhere near my age, it's not even going to exist. It's not even going to be there. Okay? Another one, though, is you might just be in need of some extra money like right now. You might be like, hey, John, I want to learn to invest in real estate. I want to have passive income and rentals and things like that, but I'm having a hard time paying my bills. And we have an incredible income opportunity within Renatus to show you how to make money now, $1,000 to $10,000 a week as you move forward. The last one is you're just curious. You're like, oh, I'll check it out. I'll watch this thing. Someone gave me this card or someone talked to me. I'll watch it. Sure, why not? Or you could have even got kidnapped. You might be a spouse or a significant other or somebody that just said, hey, you got to watch this thing with me. And that's cool too. Okay, this might be some of the reasons you're here. This is why I'm here. This is my family. This is what I'm all about. This is why I wake up every morning and do what I do. It's my beautiful wife and my 3 kiddos. My baby girl Miley's 10 months old, and I got to get her picture in some of these. But this is my why. This is what drives me forward, right? And you got to have a strong enough why, and I certainly did. My why was I was stuck in the basement of my sister-in-law's house with 8 suitcases to my name. And so I learned a what. The what is what I'm showing you right now. It's the Renatus wealth cycle system of learning to run your own business, cash flowing business, invest in real estate. And that's what we do. And that's what we show people to do. That's the what. And then how we help you is we invite you to come do it with us, and we assist you and mentor you and coach you through it. Now, here's an interesting chart. You've got 4 different ways that you can choose to make money in this economy, this great country of America that we know. You can be an employee. And this is very simple. You trade your time for dollars. Okay. You clock in and you clock out. You do not get paid when you sleep, right? That'd be cool. Unless you work at a sleep clinic or something like that, which is very rare. Self-employed is your next option. This is instead of just having a job, you bought a job, and this means that you get leverage. So as an employee, you leverage your time. As a self-employed individual, you get leveraged. And that means you leverage your life savings to start your small business. Your employees leverage your time. And then this was where I was at. I had 3 employees when I went to the hospital with my son, Josiah. And I found out very quickly that without me at the job site, it was completely dependent on me being there for that business to run. This is how you know you have a true business. If you can remove yourself from it and it continues to bring in revenue and income, even when you're not there, that's a true business. That's what business owners do. And that's the B right here. That is running a business system. This is like the difference between a hamburger joint and what Ray Kroc envisioned as McDonald's 60 years ago. He created the concept of a franchise, which was using a system that high schoolers could run a restaurant and you could make billions and billions of hamburgers, but also billions and billions of dollars. Now, I'm going to tell you, Ray Kroc did not flip those billions of hamburgers by himself. I doubt he flipped very many of them at all. He created the system, and that's what business owners do. The last thing that you can do is learn to become an investor. What do investors do? They use other people's money, other people's credit, or their own to make them money. So, as an employee, you leverage your time for money. As a self-employed individual, you get leveraged for money. As a business owner, you leverage a system for money. And as an investor, you leverage money or credit for money. And you make money work for you instead of working for money. What we focus on here at Renatus and show you to do and teach you and instruct you and guide you, show you the what and the how, is how you can first in your mindset shift to being a business owner and an investor. And you can learn what they do. Because even though I didn't graduate high school, I'm pretty sure that in 12th grade, the grade I missed, they didn't teach you guys how to build wealth. They didn't teach you how to run your own business. But that is what wealthy individuals do. So who do you learn it from? You need to learn it from people that have done it. That's what Renatus is all about. That's what we do. That's how I learned it. Now I'm one of those students. I'm proud to be a student of Renatus. I've become a successful investor myself. In my first year with this company, I went out, raised some private funds through self-directed retirement accounts, which I didn't even know was possible until I learned about it. Raised those funds, bought these houses, fixed them up, sold them, and made on average almost $40,000 each. This is all here in Salt Lake City where I live. Each of these homes are homes I did myself. And these were awesome investments for me. They changed my mindset in my life and changed my pocketbook. And now I spend a lot of my time not only doing investments myself, short term and long term, but introducing it to people and showing them how they can do it too. It's a fantastic way to live, and it's my new dream. I get to transform, motivate, inspire people every day of my life, and it's a great life. I love it. So what you focus on in life is what you get, right? Simple as that. What you think about comes about. So here's an interesting thing to think about. What do the wealthy do, right? What are they all about? Do they work a job? Do they have a salary position? Or do they invest in real estate and run a business? Well, here's a chart. This is from the Department of Health and Human Services, right? This is what the wealthy 1% in our country do. And it's broken down here for you. I can run through it. 10% doctors and attorneys. So what are your chances of that? I don't know. 12 years of school at the very least. CEOs and presidents of Fortune 500 companies, pretty much you got to have an uncle at the top. And if you don't have the uncle and your own richest relative like I am, then that's not an option for you. You can sell really, really expensive stuff. And the problem with that as a salesperson is that you got to go find the next thing to sell. Right? Every time you make a sale, then you got to make another one. Here's the fantastic thing about real estate that will blow your mind, that you can make a decision one time in real estate and it can pay you for the rest of your life, right? Point in fact, the house I bought in 2011, I still live in today. I now have a renter in the basement and it cash flows $700 a month. It is an asset in my life. I will pass it on to my children tax-free and it'll be a legacy for them. That is an investment. I made that choice, you guys, over 4.5 years ago. And I only made it once, and it has put quite a lot of money in my pocket and will continue to do so, as well as save me in taxes, which is a huge reason to do real estate. So if you want to get wealthy, do what the wealthy do, right? If you want to get somewhere in life, follow someone that's been there. So let's follow the people that have run their own businesses and invested, and let's learn from them so that we can do that too. Why do we focus on real estate so much? Well, it's because it's ideal, right? You can make income in real estate that's incredible. I just told you guys I've averaged close to $40,000 on the flips I've done as I've just started out as an investor in the last 2 years. That is massive income. You can also make passive income, meaning that you can own a property and get rent from it every single month, and it's very secure income, right? We call it mailbox money. It's great when we receive it. It's not so fantastic when we're on the other end of it. I rented for the first 28 years of my life. And now I own, and it's a different side of the coin. I invite you to come see the side of the coin. It's great. Another reason that we do investments in real estate is tax deductions. The largest expense in your life is taxes. More than food, clothing, shelter, and entertainment combined, you will pay in taxes. How do you deal with that? Invest in real estate. Do what the wealthy do. Because this is why. You get rewarded for the value you bring to the economy. One of the ways that the IRS rewards investors and business owners is they give us huge tax deductions. As a W-2 job employee, you have 15, right? Try to add them up for a second. Think about it. We got charity, we got kids, we got mortgage interest, we got a few more. It's hard to even get to 15 write-offs. As a business owner and real estate investor, I have over 400 tax write-offs, and you can have them too if you invest in real estate and run your own business. Deductions are huge. The next one is equity. I just shared with you what equity is. Just make a decision once, and it puts money in your pocket for the rest of your life, right? It's awesome. Equity is derived from appreciation, simple supply and demand, right? You can buy a house for 100 grand. Next year, it's worth 110 grand because it's going up 10%. That's appreciation. It's the cherry on top. The last one is leverage. You can learn to leverage knowledge. You can learn to leverage other people's knowledge, other people's money, and other people's time. And as you do that, you can leverage yourself into wealth. That is why real estate's ideal. That's why we do it. So to recap, business owners, they make massive income. Real estate investors make passive. We do both and teach you to do both, and that's how you can become wealthy. So why don't more people do this? Well, they don't know how. It's a big one. They don't have the knowledge. This isn't taught in traditional education, right? So also something that holds a lot of people back is we're busy. We have jobs, right? We're in traffic. We're taking care of our kids. We're adults, right? Another one that holds people back is money. Money's a huge one, and credit's a huge one. I have invested in these 6 homes with none of my own money or credit, and I'll show you how, right? But the biggest one of all is fear. So how do you overcome these obstacles? You do it with knowledge. With the right knowledge, you can get more time. We all only have 24 hours in a day, right? Wrong. If you employ somebody or leverage somebody, you get their time, right? So you have to know how to use it. You have to know what to tell people to do. Hire subcontractors, lawyers, professionals. If you think it's expensive to hire a professional, try hiring an amateur, right? I know, I've been in construction 20 years. Don't hire amateurs, okay? So leverage individuals, their skills, and their time. And you can also leverage other people's money. You guys have heard of OPM. I guarantee you've heard of OPM. Well, I'm going to teach you 2 basic simple questions that I learned that have helped me raise over $2 million in private capital. They're simply this. Did you know you could invest in real estate with your retirement account? And if I could double your current rate of return backed by real estate, would you be interested in investing with me? Those are 2 very powerful questions to raise money in real estate. And you've got to know the rules. You got to know the laws. I'm not raising funds from anybody here. I want to make that clear. But those are questions, and you got to have that knowledge and how to apply that knowledge and go by the law so that you can raise those funds to buy those houses to make that cash, right? Leverage debt to make cash flow. It's an incredible thing that business owners do and that we teach. The last one is fear. How do you overcome fear? You overcome fear by doing. Once you've done something once, I can tell you that the second time it's a whole lot easier, right? The very first flip I ever did, I had a lot of fear. But the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth one, it's gotten less, right? And you overcome fear by knowledge, by knowing what to do, how to do it, and having somebody help you walk through it and do it. So use our knowledge, leverage the knowledge we have here. What we call that knowledge is our solution. I presented you with a problem. It's the 40-40-40 plan. That's a problem. The solution we have here at Renatus is our epic plan. We have education. We have properties. We have an income opportunity for you here. We have an amazing community to show you how to apply this in your life, move forward, invest in real estate, run your own business, and I invite you to join us. Get back with it. Who are we? What are we all about? We're the #1 real estate education company in the country. We have students coast to coast. What do we do? What have we done? We help people in all 50 states. And we help people like this. These young guys, they went out, flipped their first house, did a net profit over $114,000 on their first deal. Now these guys own multiple properties in multiple states, and they're out of the rat race. This guy's a fantastic investor. He gets 32 rent checks a month. He's one of our students here in Renatus, right? Jay Massey, incredible investor, owns hundreds of units, gets lots of income from those, and he teaches within our education. These are some examples of some of our students. I'm a student myself, and I invite you to come and be one with us. You know, we walk people through our homes, show them what we bought them for, what we did to them, what we're doing to them, what we sell them for, and show you how to do it. I do this 3 Saturdays a month here in Salt Lake City. Come and join us. Come on a Saturday at 10 a.m. and see some of the houses that we're doing. Once again, how do we find that solution for you? It's called our EPIC solution. It is education. We have the world's best education in real estate, taught by people actually doing real estate. We have properties that we not only show you, but help you go out and do and acquire yourself short term and long term, massive and passive. We have an incredible income opportunity that pays $1,000 to $10,000 weekly so you can earn while you learn. And then as a community, we mentor, coach, and help you move forward so that you can go out and change your life in real estate investing and running your own business. My name's John O'Neill. I invite you to come do it with me. Get back with that person who gave you this link or that person who invited you to this webinar. Get their contact info. They can take you to the next step, which would be to come to a live presentation we have or jump on a recorded link of that live presentation so that you can see our full epic plan here at Renatus and how it can change your life. Get back with that person. I can't wait to see you at one of our future events, and thank you for being on tonight. God bless.